Here's a fun experiment to show how winter salt use is affected by temperature. In my hometown, Mississauga, we spread salt on the roads and sidewalks to melt the ice in winter. The salt lowers the melting point of the ice so that it starts to melt even when temperatures are below 0 degrees Celsius. But, as we'll see, there are still limits. For this experiment, I filled 7 bottles with a mix of water and normal table salt. These mixes, or solutions, ranged from no salt to around 30% salt by volume. For comparison, normal seawater is between 0 and 5% by volume, so these are seriously salty indeed. Starting at room temperature, the first thing we notice is that even after vigorous mixing, the 30% solution still has undissolved salt settled in the bottom. That's because the amount of salt that can dissolve in water, also known as its solubility, is only around 350 grams per liter at room temperature, which is much less than the 30%. Keep that in mind, because we'll come back to that later. Let's see how these do at something below room temperature. It's noon, and the temperature outside is minus 10 degrees Celsius. Let's get these bottles set up and see what happens. After a few hours outside, we have some mixed results. Despite how it looks, the 0% solution is actually frozen solid. The 5 and 10% solutions, meanwhile, are mostly frozen, with some slush around the outside. The 15% solution, meanwhile, is a little slushy, but not at all frozen. Finally, the 20, 25, and 30% are still liquid with no ice. One thing that is different in these bottles is the amount of salt at the bottom. As the water temperature drops, so too does the solubility, forcing some of that salt out of solution. But what happens when it gets even colder than that? Well, let's leave these bottles out overnight and see what happens. So here we are at dawn. It's usually the coldest time of the day. It is a brisk minus 19 degrees Celsius, and let's see how things look. The 15% solution is now solidly frozen, just like the other ones. The 20% solution is slushy, but didn't freeze entirely through. It probably needs a few more hours at this temperature to freeze completely. Finally, the 25 and 30% solution are still liquid. There's also more salt crystals at the bottom, both compared to yesterday, showing how solubility kept dropping with temperature. At minus 19 degrees Celsius, it didn't get quite cold enough here this winter to freeze the saturated solutions all the way through. That said, there are a lot of places in Canada that still regularly see those deep freeze temperatures. In places where the temperature regularly drops below minus 20 degrees Celsius, sand is typically used instead of salt, not to melt the snow, but to reduce slipping and sliding on roads and sidewalks. As for us in Mississauga, if we're going to keep using salt during winter, it's important to understand how water, salt, and temperature all have a hand in how effective it can be. Overuse of salt is damaging downstream rivers and streams, so where safety is a concern, taking action like fixing drainage pathways or removing snow are safer, cheaper, and more reliable first steps. Simple experiments like this are important to remind us how the common tools we use, like winter salting, actually work. And with a little luck, that knowledge will lead us to even better solutions.